Hello everyone, Scott here from Pillow Partners with another look at some interesting Scottish real estate and investments. And today I was drawn to this one. You know I love islands, but this one reminded me, instantly brought to mind Craggy Island and Father Ted, if you watched that back, if you're old enough to remember that TV series. So I liked this property because it was on an island, very, very remote, and it just struck me Father Ted would be living there. So this is 1.9 million, so pretty expensive for what it is, so definitely not a bargain, but I like this. Got a big mad 12-bedroom house, I think, and lots of holiday homes. So let's have a look. That is the house. Again, nothing super remarkable, but I like that you got a big chunk of land, 37 acres, I think. So this here, I quite like having a property next to someone else in a new build. For £2 million, you can have a new build house in the centre of Edinburgh or any city, and you've got a garden that size. You can hardly get your wheelie bin out between two houses. Here, you've got all this acres, and having a little bit of land, I think, makes people feel good. So I certainly like it. So you've got the main house. You have a little row of holiday cottages. It's on the Isle of Islay, so you'll know this from whisky. It's its own whisky region, so always going to be a little bit of tourism there, heritage, really, really rich, deep whisky heritage there. So again, a nice investment for the long term. You may need to adapt what you're doing here, but house itself, nothing remarkable. But holiday cottages here, I love that it's got its own private way in. You can see it's got its own website there, so there should be some future bookings to come with this. Again, just an interesting place. So let's have a look at the Isle of Islay. Let's show you where this is, guys. So again, we'll always start with Edinburgh and Glasgow. This area here, Campbelltown, from Glasgow to there's a 4.5 hour drive. So you need to drive round up past Loch Lomond, get down this peninsula here, and then take a ferry over. So the Isle of Islay, Bowmore, you'll see is a whisky brand, or I spot these things. So it's a ferry over, not really accessible. It's going to be a mad chore for anybody to get there. It may be, including the ferry, 5-6 hours to get there from Glasgow, 7 from Edinburgh. But why would we look at this? Well, one, I do love properties on islands. For me, properties around cities and greenfield site, and then brownfield, then greenfield. There's lots of those. It doesn't have a USP, and you can prop competition up next to it, left, right, and centre. For me, islands, remote places, there's barriers to entry. Not everybody can go and build these. You can build properties like this anywhere on the mainland, but barriers to entry for tourism on that island simply because it's an island. So that's an existing business. It's got lots of land. Perhaps we can do a little bit more here. As you can see, it's quite remote, so you should get planning permission. Anything that brings tourism in, so you could build something a little bit bigger. That is a base there. You're buying the land, a little bit of income, but hey, this field here, you could maybe blast some cool holiday cottages up, eco-site, lots of things you could do here. And I think you could work with the local community to build something, provide jobs, provide tourism and income to the island. Do it in keeping with the islands. We don't want to be big property developers coming and fucking up communities. We really want to make a difference. So I like that thought there. And look at this. Always going to have a reason for people to go to the island for whisky. You can tie in with that for the whisky company. So lots of things we can do here. Very, very pricey, of course, but I do like kind of self-contained things where there's more than one property. It means there's more income streams. Here, these little holiday cottages means you can take big groups. You could have make that a wedding venue or something. So many things you can do if you're of the right nature. And again, this holiday cottage here would be generating income, and somebody would stay in that house. I would probably flip that, rent that big house, and make sure if you did need owner's accommodation, you kept one of these for yourself, unless you wanted a big house with a side venture. So lots of things we can do this. Massive development, make it a nice big resort or medium resort. You can stay in the main house and rent these as a lifestyle business. You could stay in one of these. You could build another house and rent that. You could do weddings. You could do retreats, escapes, lots of things. So I like this. Again, a little bit on the pricey side, but only pricey compared to cottages in Scotland, definitely not pricey compared to London, major cities across the world. And again, you're getting a view here. You're getting your own chunk of a Scottish island, which you guys that watch this know I am very passionate about.